And so, accountability, backing up for a second, it's fundamentally about trust, right? It's the kind of trust that empowers a business to delegate and scale effectively. And so, it's an assurance that each team member is going to be able to follow through on their responsibilities, not just to complete a task, but to uphold the integrity of the entire operation and make the right decisions. And so, without that, delegation's a gamble and scaling is chaotic. And so, what I mean there is accountability is not just about individual reliability, it's building a team that collectively drives an organization forward, knows what good looks like, and feels empowered to do the right thing, even if there isn't a rule exactly on point in place telling them exactly what to do. And so,
Yeah.
given that, accountability doesn't stand alone. It requires a support structure where the business is providing people with necessary resources and information, along with adequate autonomy to get things done the right way. Because
Hmm.
anybody who's running a great business knows that no number of policies or boardroom mandates is ever going to substitute for your employees knowing what they're trying to achieve and feeling empowered to deliver on that. And the alternative is, to your point, every time something goes wrong, the python of process is just going to squeeze down harder and we'll just keep layering on more rules and red tape until we start asking ourselves, what happened? Why don't we have that creative touch anymore? Why don't our employees think for themselves?
So that's interesting because what you're then challenging is not process itself, because clearly you're a fan of process and structure, but it's when it just becomes layer on layer that becomes then red tape. And what you're then challenging is process can help you be more accountable and accelerate decision making, accelerate and guide um, things that you need to get delivered. But it's a support structure as you described it, but it can't be unless you're stripping out old versions, unless you're stripping out things that are unnecessary, then you're creating complexity. Then you're allowing people to say this doesn't work, and therefore I'm just going to do my own thing entirely.